thinking about the future a lot. That's what I like. We like planning.
We have like this like notes in our phones of like, what do you think will happen in the next 5 years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have so much stuff like planned out and everything.
Yeah.
So we definitely think very far in advance.
Hey everybody, welcome to this podcast. It's Dean Wolfe. I have a wonderful band here. I'm excited to interview. They're in the province of British Columbia, which I'm in. I'm in Vancouver Island, Victoria. And the band is called Freeze the Fall. We've got Quinn and Aria and Jonah. And thank you so much for doing this interview, guys. I know you're busy. You're in progress recording an EP or an album, I believe. Maybe you want to just start off. Tell me what you're up to.
Yeah, you want to start?
Yeah, so we were just in the studio again, recording some new
Some new
music.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just in the process, of releasing all the singles and everything from our debut EP. So that's what we're working on right now. But this past weekend we were just in the studio for the next thing. So
Yes.
yes, which we can't speak too much about, but yeah.
Tell me about the studio you're recording at. Is it in Kelowna where you are?
It's in West Kelowna. It's called Udalali Recordings, same place we recorded Thrones in. And yeah, it's like our second home. We love it.
Because I think the recording work that's been done is excellent. Like I'm
Yeah.
really impressed with the quality of it. I was wondering if you guys were masterminds and doing it at home on a computer.
Oh,
No.
No. But I guess you probably do demos and stuff on your own, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have some. Actually, my dad has done some of our demos, and then after that, we went into the studios with Jordan at Udalali Recordings.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jordan is the engineer there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Jordan Chase, and he works with a guy named Colton Douglas, who's also helping on everything. But Jordan's like the main guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love
So
him.
how do you like being a trio? Because I think being a trio is a little bit more unique. You probably see more often bands have 4 members, 5 members.
Yeah.
How do you find 3?
Well, I think we haven't like played with other people really. We're used to just being a 3-piece, so there's not much to like compare it to. But I think it's good. I don't know, we're just like a tight-knit
The
little
thing I like about 3 pieces is we all like play like a really important role. Like there's not one of us that like, is maybe slightly like does less than the others. Like since there's only 3 of us, we all have to do like a lot to make it have like a big sound.
Mhm.
But I think it's like really cool because like one time this person who's in like a 5-piece band was like, oh man, I wish I was in a 3-piece because we all just like kind of like listen to each other more and like it's easier to like I guess get our ideas out. Whereas if you're in like a 5-piece, everybody's gonna have different opinions and stuff.
Yeah, I don't
So-
know how I'd do it with like a bigger
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of nice because
There's like more importance in every individual like instrument
Right.
and every individual
and I guess it's like
member.
easier to even just like line up like practices and like that kind of stuff. So I guess it's just like nice and we like it.
Yeah, I think the only hard part, Quinn, you could probably speak to is having to
Yeah.
play 2 instruments at the same time.
Yeah, I'm okay with it though. I love to sing and play at the same time. It's very fulfilling. So
And you do amazing. So
thank you.
I wanted to know what your influences were individually. Maybe each of you could just name off a few, I don't know, guitarists or bands that you're big fans of.
yeah.
Some of my drum inspirations include Taylor Hawk or
What are you doing?
well, Joey Jordison from Slipknot.
Yeah.
And Zev Rose from Spirit Box. Kind of
Oh, yeah.
drummers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I'd say some bands that I take inspiration from, Dream Theater, Bring Me the Horizon. Those are my 2 big ones.
For me, Aurora and Children of Bodom and The Warning.
Oh yeah, The Warning. Of course, The Warning was the band that kind of because I did some reaction videos to The Warning, a lot of them or several of them had references to you guys. That's how I found out about your band is they said that there's a band called Freeze the Fall and they're inspired by The Warning as well. They're also a trio, not all girls obviously, but or sisters for that matter. None of you are related, are you?
No.
Oh, no, no. But
Yeah,
obviously, you went to the same school or something like that. You kind of met that way, or?
Yeah, so Ari and I went to the same middle school. We kind of just saw each other in the hallways, just in passing, noticed each other wearing like band shirts that we liked, and we decided to just talk to each other,
Friends, yeah.
which was really scary because it's really scary to talk to like random people. But we decided to jam shortly after that, and then
Jonah and I met. You were playing like a local gig with like a different band that your parents were friends with or something, and then I met you through that, and then we all connected and
so that was all over the span of like a month.
and now we
probably.
all go to the same school, but we didn't used to.
Yeah.
Interesting, because I thought maybe this was your first band because you guys are fairly young. Um, what age range are you guys in right now?
I'm 17.
I'm 15.
And I'm turning 16 in like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. How many different bands have you guys been in over the years before you met and formed Freeze the Fall?
I for about a year when I was in 8th grade, so I'm in 11th grade right now, but when I was in 8th grade for about a year, I had this best friend who was a drummer and we would jam like maybe twice a week, like for a few hours in her basement all the time. And then after that, when I was in 9th grade, I was in this band. I don't know if I'd even call it a band. Like it was this group of me and like maybe 3 other people. And we maybe had like 2 songs, like a cover and an original, but it wasn't like they weren't as passionate about music as Jonah and Aria were, so it was like we'd practice and stuff, but it was more just like teenagers hanging out in the basement type of thing. So I'd say this is my first like band that I've been in, if that makes any sense.
0 for me. I was never in any other band or anything. Very
Yeah.
fun.
Me neither. I'd never been in a band. I jumped on a few songs with another band.
Which
and
is
I
where
did,
Aria saw him.
yeah. And I did some solo work too, but that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you're not going to talk too much about the new material we're working on, but you said you got your singles, and you're going to put them on an EP. Are you releasing them on any hard physical media or just on Spotify or something?
Yep, there will be physical copies available. Yes.
Yeah, we have
Cool.
CDs and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And they can be found on our website. So
Yeah.
so the EP isn't like officially out yet, but if you wanted to hear it, it is available in CD form on our website. So
I did have a question passed along to me by one of your fans. They wanted to know, how did this teamwork evolve? Because obviously you're the 3 guys, you're in the band, it's your band, but you've got a team around you, it seems. You've got your engineer, you've got who's part of your team? How is your team growing?
Well, it's pretty much all the parents. It is all the parents. They're the majority, the bulk of the team that handle a lot of things and help us out. And we wouldn't be here without them. And we've also got videographers that worked with us on our music videos. And
That would be 26 Films.
yeah, 26 Films. Um,
and Christian Bell, he's like a photographer. We're friends with him as well. So just like a bunch of like local people that have kind of like jumped on board with all this.
Kevin Moore from Soft
Soft
Target did our EP artwork, and then of course Jordan and Dougie at Oodalali. So lots of people like that, but then also the families.
Yeah.
That's the main people that fuel this, and also of course the reactors.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're also high school students, so it's very difficult to balance all of this because it's so much more than just writing music. There's a whole business aspect of it, and there's the marketing and like literally everything. There's so much. But the parents especially, they really help us cover everything.
Yeah.
But it's important to know that we still have a final say in everything. It's not like the parents are doing our work. It's more like they're helping us and they're constantly asking us like, would you like this to be like this? And are you comfortable with this? And do you want to play this show and things like that? So they help us, but it's our say at the end of the day. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope it's not overwhelming you guys. How are you feeling about, I mean, it seems to me you're getting a lot of attention. How do you feel about that?
It's definitely it's really exciting. There are of course times when it can be really overwhelming. I know I've had a few moments where I've been like writing an essay or something and all I can think about is like some comment I saw online about like one of our songs or something. So there's definitely like that side to it. But overall, I think I can speak for all of us. We're like so grateful for everything and it's a dream that's like coming true. So it's really amazing to have all this attention and support. So we're really grateful for it.
For sure. Yes.
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite, is your favorite thing to go out and play live, or is your favorite thing to go record songs or to write songs?
Maybe one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun parts. I think one of my favorite parts is writing drums specifically for our songs. I take like great joy in writing drums because it's like this product that I can just write and then put out there as well. So
And to see
that's
the
really cool.
reaction
Yeah,
to what you
absolutely.
made.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite part of the band is the recording and production part of it. I love like seeing the song we go in with and then seeing how it's evolved and changed
Mhm.
afterwards. And then I also just love the whole like experience of recording. It's so fun to track bass and to like, back vocals and stuff. I just love the whole thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. I love playing live, but I think my top is probably going into the studio. Sometimes I find it like stressful when we're in the studio because I like overthink everything. So sometimes I'm really, really stressed while we're like making the music because I'm worried that it won't come out a certain way or whatever. But then like looking back on it, I'm like, it was so much fun. And I don't know, like I already said, it's really fun to see like the evolution of the song, and to just see it come to life. So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. Being from BC, obviously you've played in Vancouver already, haven't you?
We haven't, but we
Oh,
will be this summer.
oh,
We have
okay, okay, okay.
two Vancouver shows.
Yeah.
Two Vancouver shows booked for the summer, which is a big deal because it's our first time playing outside of Kelowna. So we're really excited for that.
Yeah.
Cool. Any plans to come to Victoria?
Not
No,
yet,
but hopefully
we
soon.
love
Yeah,
Victoria, so
absolutely.
Yeah. It's so fun that you're from BC. I think you're the first person
Yeah.
from
Even maybe
BC.
Canada.
Yeah, I think we've only had one other person
Oh,
from
yeah.
Canada who's like interviewed us. So it's really fun. You know what's up. You know what's up.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, you're taking it easy, like not taking it easy. You're taking it a step at a time, let me say. Like obviously you can only do so much. You've still got your obligations with school and education or whatever. And but I'm sure you're thinking beyond that already. I mean, are you just kind of just putting out an album, just wait, see what happens instead of write it, or are you really going to push for something?
We're really pushing it. We're also signed, we have like a distribution deal with a record label called 604 Records. So they're definitely like a big part of our team now, really to push the music out there and to just get it to as many people as possible. Um, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, so we're
think.
definitely gonna go for it as much as we can.
Mhm. And we're all thinking about the future a lot. That's what I like. We like planning
we have
what
like this like notes in our phones of like, what do you think will happen in the next 5 years?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we have
Yeah.
so much stuff like planned out and everything.
Yeah.
So we definitely think very far in advance. But yeah.
So is one of your plans to do more touring, like internationally even?
That's the
Absolutely.
goal.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I mean, touring is pretty hard. Do you guys enjoy traveling?
We haven't really traveled for band stuff yet. We've mostly just played in Kelowna, but traveling in general, I love traveling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
same.
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, especially in Canada because there's so many like it's like every province is almost like its own country. Like
There's so many different like biomes and
yeah, like the
environments.
nature is so different and the people are so different. Like it's very fun. So I love traveling.
Yes, we do.
I am curious, when you're writing lyrics, um, do you ever plan to avoid politics? Do you find that politics, because I'm just saying, it seems in this world right now, like more than I've ever seen in my whole life, everything's become political. Everything. It's like if you like that, oh, you're that party. If you like that, you're that party. So do you, as young people who are growing into the world as adults, are you hoping to kind of change things from what they are right now?
I don't even know because I think that when we sit down to write a song and we talk about what the song's gonna look like and what it's gonna be about, we're kind of just writing something that seems valuable and relevant to us in that moment. And so you never really know what it's gonna be. Like as much stuff as we plan, we don't really plan as much. Um, like we kind of like to keep it spontaneous when we're sitting down to write, like to some degree. Would you agree
Yeah,
with
Yeah.
that?
absolutely.
So I honestly don't know. I couldn't see us being like a super like Rage Against the Machine, like everything is political. I could see us maybe dabbling a little bit, but I couldn't see us being like full on every single song is political. But I agree with you. It's definitely like a an interesting and weird thing to think about because I think especially with social media, everything is so like I don't know what the word is for it, like over
I know what you
like
mean.
everything that like anyone says anything and all of a sudden it's just like
Canceled.
blown out of proportion. Yeah,
Yeah.
regardless of what you said. So it's definitely, especially as an artist, it's a really interesting thing that you can think about. And I think it's something you could overthink even and just go in circles in your head with how do I want to approach this? How do I want to approach this? Do I want to say this like this or this like this? And it just like it's a whole big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was really surprised when I did my first reaction video to Daughters of Witches, uh, how um, how hard you guys rock, I guess is what to say,
Thank you.
or how edgy and metallic you are, or metal,
Thank you.
which is surprising, but for you it's probably no big deal. That's just what's happening with you. How do you find the direction of music? It seems guitar is sort of coming back a little bit. Rick Beata had some videos saying that more often you hear guitar and video and songs on Spotify's top 100 or whatever. How do you feel about um, the kind of genre that you're in, you know, and what's the future for you in as far as your genre?
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I feel like there really isn't enough of it.
Yeah.
There really isn't lately. So we hope to bring life to the genre, I guess. I mean, there's new bands coming around everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, it's so easy to just record from home or be an independent artist.
Right, like you don't need to be like signed to some like massive
Yeah.
record label in order to make it. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. So there is so much more music lately, but it's kind of
But you
definitely
want to bring
more.
your own flavor to it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
While you were talking there, Jonah, I'll continue asking you along about the video I saw. You were wearing blindfold.
Mhm.
So what was the idea about having a blindfold on?
Well, so the mask and the blindfold were kind of the videographer's idea, which I totally rolled with because that was sick. And it was funny. I'd actually played blindfolded before, kind of as like a shtick for like previous gigs that I've done. I'd actually played blindfolded, which is pretty funny because to bring that back into
Foreshadowing.
music. Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, it was like an art for both. I don't know if you've seen our other music video or not. It's okay if you haven't, but for both Glitch, which is the other one, and Daughters of Witches, Jonah's like covering his face. And both of them, it's like relevant to the lyrics and to what the song means.
Mm.
So yeah. Yeah.
And Aria, you have a real nice bass tone. It's nice and just beautiful tone. How long have you been playing bass? And you're playing a 5-string bass, weren't you?
Yes, I do play a 5 string, and I've been playing bass for 2.5 years, I believe, maybe 3 years. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of sick right now.
And do you play with a pick or use your fingers?
I'm definitely a finger player.
Oh, okay.
I can play with a pick, but I prefer fingers all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
And you had a bass that looked like one of those fanned basses where the frets were all
Yeah.
sort of progressing in a different direction. How did you end up playing that kind of a bass?
I play a type of bass called a ding wall, and all in order to get the sound I wanted, I kind of needed one. But all ding walls are fan fret, so it was a learning curve. It's very like I guess disorienting because it's like all like sideways, so I have to like it was quite weird. But now to me like a normal fretboard looks weird. Like it's just like second nature to me. But it's funny actually the other day we were in the studio and Jordan, he's a bassist, and he picked it up and he's like, "How do you play this?" Because he wasn't used to it. I thought it was
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, I guess I just ended up. It wasn't that I wanted to play a fan fret. It's just because the type of bass I want to play, you have to play fan fret because they only make that kind of neck. So yeah, I guess that's how it happened. But I like it now. It's kind of cool.
And Quinn, as far as your singing and your guitar playing, actually, I want to ask you about your guitar playing. What kind of guitar is your favorite electric guitar right now?
I have two main that I switch between. One of them is a Jackson. My first guitar, like my first electric guitar was a Jackson, so I just feel really like they're very familiar to me. I'm very comfortable on Jacksons. And then my other guitar, which is like my main guitar, is an ESP LTD guitar. So those are like my main two.
What about amplification? Do you have an amp, or do you go through a digital modeling unit or something?
I go through an amp right now, but it's kind of all over the place because usually for practice, I just use my practice amp that I've had since I was 11, which isn't the best amp. But then for live, I've been using Jordan, our producer's amp.
I think to Randall.
Yeah, Randall. So yeah, kind of like all over the place right now. I don't have like a specific amp or anything right now, but we're working on it.
Working on it, yep.
Yeah.
Quinn and Aria, are you guys singing backups, or are you planning to ever take some local vocal leads or something? Or
Yeah, I do backups in the songs. Quinn also does backup. Of course not live, but yeah. I think it'd be cool one day. I'm definitely not there yet, but it's a goal of mine to try maybe more of a lead part in a song or two.
She's still very new to singing. Like she started vocal lessons like for Freeze the Fall, and we've been in a band for what, like a year, almost 2 years. So still very new to it all.
Yeah, but I do enjoy it. It's cool. I'm still Quinn is like a master of singing and playing at the same time. I'm not quite there yet, but it's when I get there, I think I'll hop on the mic a bit more.
And her bass lines are really complicated. There's a lot of like moving pieces to it, so it's definitely like tricky to sing and play, especially for her. But she's killing it. She's learning it, and she's learning very fast, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
So usually the bass player and the drummer are kind of locked in. There's some kind of a psychic. Is there a psychic connection between you two when it comes to the music?
You could say that, but I think we've definitely evolved over the course of the band. Like we used to absolutely not do that at all.
We used to all just be like in our own lane, just like playing our own thing and not listening to each other.
I'd say that's something I struggle with on bass is timing. I think you guys have maybe picked up on that. So it was a struggle for a long time, but I think with time I've maybe gotten a little bit better at singing time with you.
She was like grilled with that metronome, and now we play to clicks also because we have to have like some backing tracks because there's only one of me, so we just want to like fill out that sound.
Yeah.
So she constantly
it's so funny because like
4, 2, 3, 4.
in the studio, sometimes if there's a part that you're struggling with, Jordan will like take away because sometimes I'll be playing to the drums and the guitar and the metronome. But then sometimes they'll be like, okay, no, you're not getting that right. Just play to the metronome. And I hate it. I cannot do that, but it's okay. We're getting there.
She's definitely learned and evolved a lot, though. I'm just picturing, like, when we were doing Sorry, I don't know why this is so funny. I remember, like, early days when we were doing, like, demos and stuff, and we'd all be playing to a click. She, like, couldn't play at all, which is okay. But now she can, like, you're crushing it now. Yeah. Which is good, because I think we've all had that kind of, like, evolution. I think, like, when even just a week or two ago, we were going through, like, old videos of us playing, and we were like, oh my God, this sucked. We thought we were so good, but we're like, this is awful. I can't listen to this. But I think that's good because it shows that we've grown so much.
Yeah, we're not just like staying at the same place.
And then I guess probably like a year from now, we'll look back at videos from right now and we'll be like, what were we doing?
Well, that's an interesting point, actually. The fact that you're at an ideal age, really, to embark on this career, because music as a career is it's hard work, and anyone who thinks it's not hard work doesn't have a clue.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. So I really, I was excited when I discovered your music because it was so good, and the fact that you guys are neighbors, more or less. I can't wait to catch you live sometime.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
And really thank you so much. We appreciate the support.
Yeah.
We love that you love our music. That means a lot to us.
Absolutely, and I like a lot of Japanese bands. Have you heard of Bandmade or?
Yes. I've seen
I think a lot of our fan base is like diehard Bandmade and The Warning fans. I think those are like the two main. You've seen them live?
I have. Yes, I saw them at Aftershock.
Aftershock.
Oh, lucky you! Cool. The fact that you're younger. I mean, I've said this a few times. I hope I'm not hammering it too much. But the fact that you're younger and you seem to get rock. You understand rock and roll, which is kind of at the core of what you're doing, whether it's metal, whether it's whatever. Rock and roll is kind of at the core of it. So I'm really looking forward to everything you're going to be doing, and I'm sure everyone else is. Is there anything we didn't cover that you want to just throw in there before we wrap it up?
we have a single coming out on May 15th.
5 days.
Yeah, 5 days from now. So keep your
Okay.
eye out for that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm good.
I
don't
think
think
that's
so.
most of it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
All
having
right.
me.
For the
Yeah,
time.
Well, thank you
It's
so
been a
much.
great interview.
Say thanks again to Craig, one of your dads there was helping out
My
with the
dad.
tech. Okay, Aria's dad. So thanks, Quinn, Aria, Jonah. This is I forgot the name of your band for a second. Freeze the
Freeze
Fall. Freeze
It's
the
okay.
Fall.
It's been a long day. We
Freeze the
understand.
Fall.
We just came
Freeze
from
the-
school. Our brains are dead too. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah. So Freeze the Fall, we love you and all the best and in the future and looking forward to running into you in the backstage somewhere someday.
Yes,
We'll see.
yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having
Yeah, thank you
us.
so
Yes.
much.
My pleasure. You guys take
Awesome.
care. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay. See you
See
later.
ya.